So today I arrived at the canal, only to find out it had turned into an ice rink. Not literally of course, but the canal was froze solid, making today's fishing a real challenge. Will the pike be active? I don't know. Will any fish be active? I don't know. Stick around till the end to find out, and for a big announcement I have to make. See you then.
So I've had the idea today to come pike fishing on the canal. But as I'm walking down the canal this morning, I soon came to realisation that the entire canal had froze over. I've got to the place where I was going to come dead baiting, and I don't know if you can tell on camera, but every single inch of this bit is froze. And there's not exactly many places on the canal I've seen that aren't froze. There's a big puddle in the middle that was froze. Well, I'm a bit hesitant to cast there because if I do end up hooking onto a pike, it'll be hard to land. So I'm going to take a long walk down a few different stretches of canal to try and find a spot that isn't froze over. I never thought it'd come to this, ice fishing for pike. No need to go over to a lake in Canada, just go to your local canal in England and it'll be froze. So I'm now leaving the location I was gonna fish, and I'm gonna go and try and look for a different spot that the water's actually fishable. This will be good and interesting because I can find some new locations to fish as well. So, just behind me, I don't know if you can tell, but the canal, it's not frozen. And this is a new spot where I've never actually fished before, so I'm going to pitch up here. This should be an interesting session. Now, in this session, I've bought 2 dead bait rods and a pole. And what I'm going to be doing, I have bought dead bait with me for pike, but I've bought the pole so I can catch some roach and rudd. And if I get lucky and catch one of them, I'll pop it on as live bait. So I'm thinking, I'll fish under the bridge with my pole to catch the roach. Meanwhile, I'll have the dead baits rod set up just under them bushes there and one just in the middle there. That'll give me a good chance of getting a pike on the dead bait. And then as soon as I get a live bait, a roach or a rudd, I'll pop that on. All 3 rods are out, set up on the floor. Now all that's left to do is bait them all up. Here, I've got the first dead bait hooked on, and I'm about to get this one casted. So, at this point I've got both my rods out. I haven't set my pole up yet because I'm debating moving spots. Apparently there's a stretch down there which is completely unfrozen and I somehow missed it. So we're going to head down there shortly. But for now I'm going to stick here for about half an hour longer just in case there is a pike here. You never know. You never know where a pike might lurk. But both my rods have been out for 10 minutes and I've had no signs of action yet. Which is, if there was a pike here, the dead bait would have had some action by now, I reckon. Right, we was up there for a lot longer than anticipated and we didn't have nothing at all. No bites, no like movement on the rod, so we moved spots. We was lucky enough to find a spot that isn't frozen. It's not frozen here, but just there it is, so we're sort of blocked in by ice, which is a good thing because the fish will be here. And underneath this bridge, as you've seen in one of my most recent videos, it's amazing for pole fishing under here. Even in the winter you catch a few perch and roach under there. The 2 dead bait rods are out just in that little bush area over there. There's an overhanging bush and that's perfect for pike fishing, so we've cast it out there. And there's a good sign, we've just seen a duck catch a fish. A little tiny baby duck thing. We saw it catch a fish, so that's promising. The float's now in behind me, it's just underneath the bridge. Now under this bridge you get perch and a little roach. So if I get one of them roach, that'll be perfect to whack on as a live bait. Bad thing is I've got to have eagle eyes everywhere now. There's 3 floats in the water that I've got to keep an eye on. I'm sure if the pike ones go, I'll know about it because I'll hear the drag. But this one I've got to watch behind me. Right, this rod's having a few bites on the float. I'm not too sure if it's a fish or not, but I'm gonna strike her a quick. It felt like something was on then, but no, it's just the dead bait. Nothing coarse. I'll cast that back over that way and wait for the more bites to appear. Nothing's happening on the pole there, so I'm going to move it just over here. Just like, as you can see, it's frozen right there, but here it isn't. So I'm thinking that the fish, they'll come from under the frozen bit into the unfrozen bit because it's probably a bit warmer for them, to be honest. And then there'll be more under the bridge anyway because it's a bridge. Always like to put the float just directly opposite me over the other side of the bridge. That tends to be where the fish lurk. Right, I know you wasn't probably expecting this, but we've moved spots again because where we was up there, it was horrific. It was just it didn't look promising. That's the thing. I've not really heard of any pike being there before, but here where I am now, I've seen one before. In the summer months, there was a few on the surface. Unfortunately, I didn't have a rod. But if you look just ahead there, there's a bunch of like plants. I don't know what they are, but they're just overhanging reeds. And basically, under there'll be a ton of pike. But It's just whether we can get them pike to freeze. Not to freeze, to feed. You probably won't see on camera, but just where the reeds start, the overhanging bushes, sorry, there's ice. Basically there's ice everywhere over there. So I've had to cast just before it, and for some reason my float keeps drifting in. It's just about there, but that'll do. So there's about half an hour of daylight left now, which isn't too long at all, but with the pole I'm not going to bother setting it back up, purely because I don't think I'll get one at this point of day. If I was going to catch one, I would have caught one up there earlier. We was up by that bridge down there for about an hour, I'd say, under that bridge, and there was no fish on the pole. I think it's just a bit too cold for them. Don't switch off yet though, because we're still pike fishing, and now there's a 50-50 chance we could catch. It's a 50-50 chance because we're out here fishing with the bait in the water, floats all set up and everything. That's 50% of it. The other 50% is the fish actually biting. So we've got 5 minutes till we've got to head in. I'm going to have one final recast now. I'm just going to cast directly ahead of me, I think again. That's probably the best bet. Just over there, there's a nice gap, so I'll underarm cast it, because if I overarm cast it, I'll get snagged. There we go, that was a nice one. Pop that on the floor. And then we'll just wait for the bites to come. It's about time to reel in the dead baits, because we've had no joy on them at all today, which I'm quite surprised about, because it is winter and it is dead bait season, so we should have had one, but oh well. 2 rods are now in. This one's now packed up. Obviously the pole's packed away, and then I've just got to pack this one up now. I think I'm going to reuse the dead baits in my next dead bait session, so I'll put them back in my bag and I'll whack them in the freezer when I'm home. But for now, let's get the rod packed up. Right then, so everything's now packed away. It was a bit of a very weird session today, to be honest. I came expecting to fish at the marina, where I know for a fact there's pike. But sadly I couldn't go there because it was all iced over. But now I'm back, and we're all done. It was an enjoyable session anyway. It was fun going out, nice fishing. So basically in this video I ice fished for pike. Never thought I'd say that, but ice fishing on the canal. Sadly I'm going to have to wrap the video up here though. So if you enjoyed the video, please smash the thumbs up button down below. Helps out the channel a lot. Subscribe whilst you're down there. Turn on the post notification bell. But for now everyone, I'll see you all in the next video. Hope you enjoyed, but peace. Announcement time. So, you may have just noticed, I'm wearing something different. I've made some merch. I couldn't be happier with the design. I think it looks amazing. Basically, it's just a plain white cotton t-shirt. Very comfy. And here it's got my logo, fish on. I think it's neat. I do have limited stock at the moment. I've got 10 at the moment, all in different sizes, and I'm only doing 2 drops of this exact shirt. Then after those 2 drops are done, you will not see this logo on a t-shirt again, for many years anyway. I've got 10 at the moment, as I said, in sizes from small to extra large. I've got 3 small, 3 medium, 2 large and 1 extra large, and 1 for me of course. But yeah, go check out the merch on my website. Get yourself one of these t-shirts. As I said, there's limited stock. I'll have 1 more stock of this exact shirt after these ones have sold out basically. And that'll be it forever. I'll come up with new designs from then on. So go and check out this exact shirt on my website, wilfjonesbrand.com. That is wilfjonesbrand.com. Then of course, pick yourself up one of these t-shirts. I may release some in different colours next time. I might do a navy blue one or something like that. I don't know, just let me know in the comments what you think and what you'd like to see as merch. But for now, this is what I've come up with, and I think it's pretty neat. So get yours quick before they sell out. And yeah, I'll see you all in the next video, so check out the merch, wilfjonesbrand.com. I'll see you all in the next video.